Do you struggle with wrist pain during push-ups? Check out this video to figure out what's going on and how to fix it. I'm Dr. Joey Seaford, physical therapist and owner of Comeback Performance and Wellness. So let's get into it, guys. When we're experiencing wrist pain during push-ups, it could be a couple different culprits. So if we take a look at our skeleton here, we have all our wrist bones right here that match up where we would get that wrist pain as we're doing a push-up. What can be happening is we cannot have the mobility in our wrists that allows us to get into those positions. So check out this assessment to start. Check out this assessment, guys, to see how well the wrist can tolerate wrist extension. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab a bench or a table. You're gonna place your hand on the bench, keeping my elbow and my shoulder straight. As everything is connected, I am trying to drive my shoulder over my fingers. I'm gonna see how far I can get before I have pain. As you can see, I get to about here. If you're doing this test and you start to feel pain, it's important to note when you feel it. I have people that come in that start to get pain right here and they pinch in that wrist, and that's exactly where they point to. If you were experiencing that pinching pain in the wrist while you were doing that assessment or doing push-ups, grab a band and let's figure out how to fix it. So you're gonna take that band and you're gonna attach it to something sturdy. A rig works great. Then you're gonna place a bench or a chair in front, and this is gonna be what the setup looks like. I'm gonna place my hand through this band, and you have your wrist bones on the side right here. You want the band to be just underneath them, closer to your fingers. So as I get into this position here, the band is underneath my wrist bones and the band is pulling down and back just like this. From this position, I will come here keeping my elbow straight, and I will drive my shoulder forward, hang out for a couple seconds, and back out of it. This can be very painful if you are limited with the wrist mobility, so take your time with this one and ease into the motion. Even if you're just getting here to start, that is completely fine. As you're able to get a little bit further, you'll push it out, come back out of it, just like that. I typically have people do this for about 30 reps and then retest after. So as soon as it feels like it's loosening up, shake it out, whatever you have to do, and then retest. If it is improving motion-wise or it feels better, you are on the right track. If you are still having that pinchiness pain when you're doing push-ups, that doesn't mean that you should just cut them out completely. Here's an alternative and a modification that you can do. So what you can do is you can grab something to raise your wrist to a higher surface. I like dumbbells because it's easy and it's very accessible. So what you'll do is you will just hold on to the dumbbells here, and you're able to still work through your wrist progressions. So just right there. That's the first option. Let's say that starts to feel pretty good. You're not having wrist pain. You want to progress it. What you'll do next is you'll do a push-up, but you'll spin your wrist out slightly. This is going to kind of help give into the mobility issues that you're having and give you a little bit more space. So as opposed to me being here with my fingers pointing forward, I'm going to turn them out slightly at an angle. And then as I do my push-up, it helps offload the wrist slightly. Let's bring it all together, guys. We talked about if you're having that pinchiness and that pain with push-ups, often a mobility restriction with these bones and the wrist just not gliding as much as they should. We went over the assessment on the bench to see how much mobility you actually have in your wrist. If you're having that pinching pain, we went over those banded wrist moves that you can do to help alleviate a lot of those symptoms that you're experiencing. And then we also talked about a couple different modifications to do the push-ups, where we're doing the dumbbells to help offload our wrists. And then once we feel like we can ditch the dumbbells, turning our wrists slightly out at an angle. Now, the more that you do this, the more you loosen things up, the push-ups without pain will get better and better. Thank you guys so much for the support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It allows us to get the message out to more people. We're going to keep putting out performance and rehab content to help you guys alleviate different injuries and know how to go through different modifications. Our goal is to help over 1 million people around the world avoid unnecessary imaging, surgeries, or injections. At comeback performance, the comeback is always stronger than the setback.